Christian, you've been around a long time. You're new to this team, but you're a leader. What were your thoughts on the performance of your team yesterday?
It was definitely disappointing, I'll say, just, home opener. I felt like we put in a good week of prep and, we didn't get the result we wanted, and I don't feel like we played to our best abilities, of course. So obviously just disappointing. But, being in this league, you got to be able to have the 24-hour rule. Watch the tape. We'll go over it today. We'll review it. And then, around 4 o'clock today, we'll be all focused and all business on the Browns. So that's the approach we got to take, and just really learn from it and watch the game with critical eyes. And each person has to look inward. You know what I'm saying? When you win, lose, or draw, you got to do that. And so you want to be able to get the result you want each week. So we're gonna have to do that moving forward.
Christian, Antonio, said last night that it's got a major play about some players made some business decisions as that game went on. That's basically questions somebody's effort, and coaches don't normally do that publicly. How does that sit well or land, with the players, or him being who he is their respect?
Well, as far as that, I'm sure Coach will address that with the team, and we'll talk about whatever he meant by that. So that's, I'm sure he'll handle that with the team. So
you talked about watching with a critical eye. You've been around the league a while. How tough is it to watch that back? Like, knowing you don't want to watch it, you probably don't want to see what happened.
Well, if you want to get better and if you want to improve as individuals and ultimately as a team, then you got to watch it with a critical eye. Being grown men about it. This is a grown man's business. This is professional football. So you got to, that's the only way you can improve. Watch it, be critical, understand what your job is, understand what you have to do better moving forward, because this isn't the time to get upset or shy away from it. This is the time to embrace those things, because anything worth having is worth fighting for. You know what I mean? So you gotta, as tough as it is after a loss or after a bad game, you got to take it on the chin. You know what I mean? And just suck it up and and just be better moving forward.
You're new here, but you've been here for a while now throughout OTA's off season. Where's that line as somebody that's new to the building of speaking up, being able to look a teammate in the eye and say, hey, this is how we need to be?
Well, yeah, you definitely build relationships with guys and you build a certain level of respect, but leadership is leadership, and it can come from anywhere. Doesn't matter who's been here for how long or how long you've been in the league. If you're working hard and doing all the right things and holding yourself to a high standard, it's you should be able to bring guys along. And so we're counting on our leaders now, especially after a tough game, to be more leaders, and we're counting on their leadership to really carry us through, and will carry us through the whole season. So through all the ups and downs.
Is it important after a game like yesterday to nip that at the bud with those types of conversations?
Yeah, I would say so. But leadership is always important, and and having those things and always encouraging guys to improve, and you always want to definitely have that at the forefront.
What were they doing that was giving you guys trouble?
Sorry, say that again.
What were they doing that was giving you guys trouble offensively?
Definitely a lot of respect to them. I feel like they had a good game plan. They executed. They came out with a lot of energy, a lot of juice. Obviously with Dalton, starting for them and everything like that. And we just really weren't able to get our footing. And again, we'll watch the tape more together as a team to really understand and see what they kind of did to be able to improve. But I'll ultimately understand what they did more so once we watch the tape as a team and as a unit.
Well, you've only been here a couple weeks, but you've seen it a little bit the last 2 weeks. Antonio's talked about the last few years. There's been unbelievable performances and then bad performances, and you got to stop the roller coaster. I guess, how do you turn that from wanting to do that to actually putting that into play to find consistency?
Yeah, that's really what it's all about. Just being consistent through through all things, through the good, the bad, the ugly, just remaining consistent. And even when things don't go your way or do go your way, never get too high, never get too low as a team and as individuals. And, that's really the best way to be able to move forward. and just remain consistent throughout the course of the year. Because that is again the NFL. There's going to be good weeks. There's going to be bad weeks. There's going to be good plays, bad plays. So just remaining consistent, level-headed through it all.
You mentioned the Panthers' energy and juice. Were you surprised that you guys weren't able to get that same energy and juice that you normally do?
I mean, again, like I said earlier, just obviously disappointing. Just how yesterday went, obviously, and we'll be better moving forward. And like I've said before, I got a lot of faith in this team, a lot of faith in our leaders, a lot of faith in the coaches and our schemes and things like that. So, and I know we will be better moving forward. We just got to make the decision each and every day.
Very small, minute victory, but obviously you got your first sack yesterday as a Raider. Can you just talk about that experience and what the crowd was like, and also how that is encouraging moving forward?
Yeah, definitely was good. You always want to get the first one on the board and everything like that, and hopefully, they'll come in bunches. But ultimately, I'd just like to be able to do whatever it takes to win. I'm not really, and I'm not just saying this, but I'm not really a stat guy per se. I'm always just about doing whatever it takes for the team to win. So that's always been my approach, really my whole professional career, and I just want to be able to make a difference every time I'm out there on the field, whatever that means and whatever that takes.
No, guys are never really 100% during the season, but as a defensive line, dealing with a lot of injuries between yourself, Max, Malcolm, Tyree. What does it take to work around that?
Yeah, again, that's the game. Injuries are a part of the game. Things happen, but when really just other guys have to improve and step up when there's bang-ups, when there's injuries and things like that. But there's no excuses to be made. If you're dressing in uniform, you got a job to do, and we all work. We all get coached the same way. We all get coached the same techniques and all that different stuff. So we definitely got to, so there's it doesn't matter who's out there ultimately. You got to do your job, and if you're out there, you got to go and perform at a high level.
You're probably not quite into planning for next week yet, but the Browns are really beat up on the offensive line, probably some inexperienced guys. Is there a key just in general when you're playing an inexperienced guy to get on them early, not let them settle in, that kind of thing, especially when they're going to be playing on the road?
Yeah, to your point, we'll look at the tape and look at their team and kind of what they have going on in the upcoming days, starting today. So we'll see what they're all about and come up with a effective game plan to and try to get the result we want on Sunday.
Pierce mentioned it's like kind of a roller coaster ride. Does it feel like that as a player this first 3 weeks, kind of the ups and downs so far?
Again, personally, I don't necessarily feel that. You just gotta, again, because I try to do a good job of just staying even keel through it all, and that's what I'll encourage a lot of my teammates to do. Never overreact. Especially even after tough losses or tough situations or bad games, bad plays, whatever. And even when you have a great game, great plays, don't get too excited. Because that's just how this game goes. It's very humbling either way. So you just got to always just stay even keel throughout it all, and yeah, it's a roller coaster, but ride it. Have your hands up and take it in stride and have fun with this thing.
Christian, you just discussed being level-headed. What helps you in these types of situations, and what you already talked a little bit about what you're going to express to the younger kids out there, but being a veteran, what helps you during these types?
Yeah, again, just my experience, because just my experience in seeing how the league goes, and also just the amount of work I know we put in already as a team since OTAs, and the guys we got in our locker room, and again the coaches. So that gives me a lot of confidence. And every season's weird, every season's different, but you're gonna have to go through things, to ultimately be the team you want to be. The path to success is never really easy. So if we want certain things, we want to achieve certain things, there's going to have to be tough lessons and tough things along the way. It's unfortunate, but that's just part of, trying to achieve a great goal.
Are you really a hands up on the roller coaster guy?
Absolutely, yelling, screaming. I'm enjoying the best 45 seconds, a minute of my life. So, hands up, having fun with it, with a smile, and just take things as they come. All of it, every loop, every turn, every twist. So yeah. All right, appreciate you.
Thank you.